I really did not want to make this video, but I feel like I have to because women just have no idea what they're signing up for. And I will give you field notes as a personal trainer, as someone who works with women to build strength. First and foremost, I respect my clients. I know what their day in the life is. I empathize with their load, their mental load, their workload from work, their careers that they've worked so hard to build, all of these things, right? And also them thinking that they've tried everything, and us not having enough research for women, especially during perimenopause and menopause. Let me just preface everything I'm about to say with that. Like, I completely respect the decisions that us women make, and I will be a disservice to the community if I don't tell you what it's like for me as someone who's witnessing another human taking GLP-1s and what it's actually doing to their bodies in a long duration of time. My long duration meaning a year plus, 2 years plus. And so I've worked with women who have not been on it, but their doctor has told them to just, this isn't going anywhere, right? Me knowing this as a trainer, but nobody wants to hear, I know that's from stress. And I also know that women think that they don't have a choice to manage their stress. Like, it's either survive and be in the career or the field that they want and having to hold everything together, or go on GLP-1s, which is like knowing that they've done everything they can, right? Stick with me on this because it's very important. I have seen not only the reduced amount of strength, I can see the medication, the dosages, or like that medication, I can see it leak out their energy. Not only energy, their essence, their vitality of life. It's like every single week they come in a little bit less of their essence, right? Yeah, they might be a little bit more thin, a little bit more lean. Yeah, we might be able to see the muscles that we've been working on creating this whole time. And the thing that sucks is them not being able to feel empowered and question themselves when their power, literally the power and force when they're lifting weights, when they're doing a leg press, when they're doing squats, not be able to bring themselves up like they used to be able to, like they have been able to do like a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Literally feeling like they are hitting their ceiling because, and I can feel this as an intuitive, that their bones aren't as strong or as solid. Like I can feel the leakage, energy leakage from their bones. They're like working with people who are taking GLP-1s. I am seeing more and more weaknesses show up. And this is not a good thing because it feels as though there is no solution to it. It feels as though they took a chance to lose weight, but it cost them way more vitality and power that they have spent months, years building just to take that last 10 pounds off, that last layer of belly, right? And this is why I want to make clear, because sometimes what there is to do, if you are thinking about taking a GLP-1 and you are trying to see and you're connecting with your body and you're actually weighing in the pros and cons and all of these things, I just want to let you know my experience as a personal trainer watching women that are on it over 40. There's this thing that often a lot of people don't believe, and it is true. When you reach a certain age, it's a lot harder for you to keep the muscle and build the bone density. That's why it's so much better that if you're in your 20s and 30s, you start working out now so that you are equipping yourself, your 80-year-old self, for success, so that you're able and capable of doing anything that it is in life that you want, like well beyond your years. You don't have your body to stop you, okay? I say this with so much compassion and love because this is what I watched the women in my family do. No one taught them to build muscle. No one taught them that they're able to prevent this all from happening. My grandma has so many knee surgeries, back surgeries, hip surgeries. My mom has heart disease, early signs of dementia and Alzheimer's. Like that, and more research is coming up about strength training being able to help prevent all of these diseases. And one of the things too is that I'm trying to break the cycle of it being okay not being okay in your body. Like, I feel like your body needs to be something that you are so proud of catering to, you are so proud of taking great care of, because you are equipping yourself in the habits. It's not only your body, it's your mind too. It's your experience of life. That's why we get to sparkle and thrive, okay? So I'm coming from that. Knowing that this is a huge passion of mine, but I would be doing a disservice to the community if I don't let you know what it's like on the other side and witnessing women who have made the decision to take GLP-1s. Okay, I've seen women lose over 100 pounds. Yes, we lose the fat. We lose all of that stuff. We were able to do that, but there is a cost to that. I can't make that judgment call. I'm only doing my part in telling you what it's like, what I'm seeing as someone from the outside. So know that I'm not living in their bodies, and this is not what they have said to me. This is what I'm clocking, okay? What I'm clocking is, in the very beginning, my clients will come in, right? These clients that are on GLP-1s, they would come in super strong, just barely started, because that's a lot of what helps people want to hire a trainer, because so they are able to, improve their squat form, deadlift form. Like, they're able to, because they know, everyone who's on GLP-1s know that muscle loss is one of those things, because fat loss and muscle loss, they both go together, okay? So, of course, what they do, they hire a personal trainer to help them maintain the muscle that they do have. But here's the caveat to that. You start losing your power. Not only that, I can literally see their vitality and essence like go somewhere else, like withdraw. And it's very sad, because someone who would usually walk in feeling alive, saying hi, they have so much essence and vitality to them, now no longer, because what? They're having to deal with their nausea from the dosage, having to deal with stomach pain, other problems that arise and occurs while you are taking these, right? And so it is the most sad when I see, a client that usually does like 3 plates each side on a leg press now only be able to do 45 at most. 145 plate, 1 plate each side. And she questions herself each time. Why? How come I can't do? And she starts to notice other people around her, like that could do more. That's a lot older than she is, right? And so anyway, if you're thinking about doing a GLP-1, I'm just doing my public service announcement. I'm just doing my due diligence and letting you know what I see for working with women who are working with them. I have 2 clients right now currently that has already started before working with me, and has lost 100 pounds or more. This is so infuriating to me, because this all could have been prevented if we were just to learn the habits of drinking enough water, and sleeping well. And just know that if you start getting into a consistent schedule of strength training and of raising your metabolism and of learning what to put in your bodies to really fight the fight of high highly processed foods. That's the beautiful thing that I've learned with bodybuilding. It was a very short process. It's like 18 weeks of dialed in, right focus. And now I have the habits that I can continue on that I know that works. People think that bodybuilding is like very extreme, but I wanted to share that aspect because now that I've gone to the extreme side, I know how to dial back in and know what actually works, right? And I had to relearn different energy outputs and inputs and things like that. And so I decided to make this video today because my heart is just calling me. This is something that I've been meaning to do for a while, and it just pains me to know that, like, if I see one more video on Instagram or like Reels that's an ad that says you don't need GLP-1, you can just take this gummy, like, that is bullshit. I'm telling you, that is so much bullshit, because if you can just get your water right, 2/3 of the general population, 2/3 of the general population, might even more than that actually, 3/4 of the general population are dehydrated. We don't drink enough water. You need about 2.7 liters for women, 3.7 liters for men, and a pound, 1 ounce to every pound that your body weighs for you to be hydrated. Right? That does not include coffee, tea, energy drinks, Gatorade, whatever, what have you. Water in and of itself helps promote less mood swings. This is how I know. I saw it with my daughter. If she comes home from school with her water bottle still filled, I know I'm going to be meeting a monster. And I don't say that like that she's a monster. I know that her gremlins are going to come up, and like, I'm going to have to face them with love and compassion, so of course. But so when you get your water down consistently, okay, and then you get your sleep, high quality sleep. Now, sleep is a thing that a lot of people like to test, right? And right now I'm in the camp of me noticing where I operate the most functional and the most calm and peaceful and grounded is usually around 7 to 8 hours, if not 9. Let's say if I had 6 hours of sleep each night during the weekday, and on the weekends I could catch up, that actually works well for me. I'm okay there. I can function at 6 hours a day, especially as a personal trainer who has to be on for hours and hours and hours, days on end, okay? Before you think about doing GLP-1s, please tell me that you have done some somatic experiencing therapy, that you have really connected with your body, maybe try some yoga, Pilates, longer than 30 days. Like, really give it a try. We are so quick to like want to lose weight and want to do this in a really quick way, and it is not your fault that you want that. It is not your fault. One of the best books I've read this year is called Stolen Focus by Johann Hari, Why You Can't Pay Attention and How to Think Deeply Again. He points out that social media, all of social media, I'm not even done with this, I'm halfway done, but this has really revolutionized how I think and how I operate now. YouTube, in and of itself, radicalizes every single recommendation is having you radicalize more and more and more. So what do I mean by that? That means that it makes you think beyond of what you are automatically thinking. It kind of pulls you towards this new idea and this idea, and kind of expands, but not in a good way. This is the same thing as like when we used to tell our parents, no, don't listen to the TV. Don't leave the TV on because the news is just all bullshit. It's all negative, right? And it's so true, because that's what this is all about. It has you, something's listening to you. We have to learn to critically think. That's the whole point of this video, okay? Is to give you information, real life information from a human that's not AI, not reading a script or anything. Give you real information about what it's like, what I'm witnessing in women who are taking GLP-1s. And I completely respect their decisions and I respect your decision even after this video and you still decide to do it, there's no shame in it. Again, you might be losing your vitality. You might be losing your power and strength. Literally, you will see it dwindle away. And then please do not go back into a shame spiral of saying, oh shit, this was warned. I really did not take the long route. I really did not give myself enough patience. Why? Because the culture that we live in doesn't allow us to have the time and space to be able to sit back and critically think for ourselves. Now, solutions I have for you, okay? Because I'm not going to just leave you hanging dry. I suggest that before you take on doing any GLP-1s, getting on any type of diet or like any type of restraining thing, is that one, you take up yoga for more than 90 days. This is all for more than 90 days, and I'll give you a reason why, okay? You take up yoga and or you do breath work and drink enough water, get enough sleep, and journal. Reflecting on yourself, allowing this space for you to critically think about if this is the best decision for you. If you are willing to trade your 80-year-old self with your current self, because maybe right now it's so hard for you to, and I respect this. I'm saying this so that maybe right now it's extremely difficult for you to enjoy yourself, or for you to enjoy yourself knowing that there's a skinnier version of you that it probably has everything that she wants because she's more confident. And here, if that's where you are, I implore you to try on the Spark framework, where it's strength, power, alchemy, radiance, and kinship. We learn with strength. It's not endurance or like, oh, you're so strong for doing that. No, it's not about how much we can tolerate while pretending that we're not struggling. It is strength, which is literally seeing yourself progress in your strength at the gym. Progress at the gym. Learning how to self-regulate your nervous system as you are up-leveling your strength in the weight room. This spills into every area of your life. When you have this empowering context about yourself and your body, starting from lifting weights, that's where it's not going to take nothing's going to be able to go past you. Power is all about reclaiming your voice. Power is all about taking up space. Power is all about saying no without any explanation. Power is about your posture. You're bracing that groundedness, the sense of grounding in your center, in your truth, and being able to speak from there with integrity to your heart, of course. We do that by breath work. We do that by posture and by bracing, learning how to brace in the times and moments where it counts, not all the time. Because when you're bracing for collapse, that's something completely different. Alchemy is all about the messy middle. It's about relating. This is probably where you're at right now. You're in the messy middle. You are like in transition, right? You're no longer who you used to be, and you're not quite yet where you want to become, who you want to become, where you are. Maybe you don't even know what that looks like, that path is, which makes sense if you're listening to this during eclipse season. Alchemy is allowing all of it to unfold by really surrendering to the heartbreak, like allowing yourself to feel that heartbreak and surrendering, knowing that you're like a disco ball. When you allow yourself to shatter, your heart to shatter, the more fragmented, and I'm not saying this in the essence of the sense of the word fragments, meaning all over the place. I'm talking about when you are shattered, you're giving yourself an opportunity to shine like a disco ball. You are just a glow stick. We need to break that, shake it up a little bit, and then you're going to glow. Okay? That's what we actually do. I explain that with the muscles. Like every time we curl our biceps, we're breaking all the muscle fibers so that we can glow a little bit more. So that's alchemy. Learning that no more running away from the fire. You are the fire. You burn down every single thing. You destroy every single thing that does not serve. And trusting yourself there. And how we do that too is co-regulation. That's why I'm here. We do it in groups. We do it as part of witnessing, and I'll talk more about that later. But next is radiance. Radiance is all about doing the thing now. It's not watching other people do it and waiting for the right moment for your turn. It is knowing that it is your turn now because you actively choose so, and that it's like YOLO. That energy of playfulness, of like not waiting until you get the arms you want to be able to wear the tank top, right? Or the dress that makes you feel beautiful and sexy. Lastly, to hold it all together is kinship. You're not meant to do this alone. You're not meant to take life alone. And a lot of the times when women meet me, they are at their wits' end of doing everything themselves for themselves and their family, like leading the way for everyone else. But then at the end of the day, no one else is there to hold them. They feel so weak that they cannot even hold themselves. And so that's where I show up. That's the Spark framework. That is one of the many answers to this GLP-1 thing, because here's the thing that I'm also seeing. When women feel like they have no choice, they will go directly externally outside of them to have someone else make the decision for them. So then it's a lot easier for them to blame other people outside themselves than blame themselves. And this is not a blame game. We are not doing that. No, 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 no. We're not shaming or blaming or judging. We are taking every moment as is, and then we are choosing with empowerment. Okay? I've gone through a lot of spaces today with this video. I hope that this was helpful for you. Any part of you that resonates with this, you're thinking about someone to send this to, please send it to them, because you can change their life. They might be in one moment or one decision away from changing their life for the good or for the bad or for the worst, which inevitably I think none of us are really there. We're always evolving in any way, shape, or form, but know that you don't have to do it alone. Just know that you don't have to do any of this alone. Lastly, before I forget, I said doing yoga more than 90 days, right? Give it double that amount, 6 months, because here's a personal story for me. Your body takes a lot longer. If you have been spending so much time overriding your body's signals, it's going to take some time for you to earn its trust back again. And it's going to take a lot of repetition. It's going to take a lot of practice. But that does not mean that you can't do it. That just means that you need to allow it more patience and time and grace and compassion to be able to get to a point to where you feel safe and that you trust your body and you know your immediate yes and your immediate no without any explanation. And tapping into your intuitive self, your gifts, so that you can thrive and make better choices for yourself. Okay? So, I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for listening and letting me share what's in my heart. And know that it all comes from love, and it comes from utmost respect and honor. And I only say it because I care. Because I do not want to see any more women feeling disempowered, feeling helpless in their bodies. Know that you can reclaim your body. You can reclaim your power, your voice, your sovereignty, your agency over your body. We are not taught to. We're just not taught. We just didn't know. And it's not our fault. It's not our mom's fault, our grandma's fault, but it is our responsibility to take care of ourselves. Okay? Okay. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye.